Now, there are points of interest around here, like that thing, which I'd like to go have a look at, but again, I want to kind of get past the initial stages of the game before I start mucking about. Should go straight to the cockpit.
To reach the lodge, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis.
Okay.
Don't worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
I don't doubt it, Vasco. Alright, fine. Alpha Centauri. Let's get out of this shithole. We can always come back later. It does look like some interesting stuff to explore around here, but this is still the tutorial phase, and no one wants to be pestered while they're trying to explore. Once we've actually gotten to Constellation and been sort of let loose into the world, then I'll get into the nuts and bolts of exploring and experiencing this game. So we should be free from Crimson Raiders. I don't know why we couldn't have just gone there now if we just activated Grav Drive and done stuff, but, you know, that was the game doing its thing and introducing a few mechanics. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Escape. I want to head to the Alpha Centauri system. That's just over here. I can get there. Select. Set course X. Jump, hold X. Grav jumping. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Alright, now I need to make sure I don't have any contraband on my ship. There are apparently ways to hide contraband on your ship if you do want to do some smuggling. Roger.
Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Awesome. Okay. I can't fly down there, I don't think. So we go to menu, New Atlantis. Well, let's scan it. I don't think we're going to be able to exploit Jemison. But we can have a look. So we've got water, lead, argon, chlorine, and chlorosilan. That. I'll look up what that means later. Okay, it has traits, but I don't know what they are. Alright, yeah, let's just land. Head down. Find out what constellation... Find out what's interesting about me. I'm one of only 2 people that have been affected by the objects, the relics. And I'm not sure if that means I'm special or just the first one to touch it. It's worth knowing why that's the case. Alright, I'm just gonna go straight to an exit of the ship. I don't need to walk through it. New Atlantis. And a surprisingly solid frame rate here. But, you know, let's wait till we get into the city first. Someone spoke, but I think we just got blocked off by the sound of the airport.
A bit clogged. We'll get those cleaned out.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do I have to pay for you to service my ship? You. You seem like you're in charge here. Ship services technician.
And he's our new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo.
Nothing specific. My ship needs some repairs for 1,000 credits. I have no idea how much money I've got, so I'll repair it up later. Once I can see where my currency is. Let's see what ship you have to sail. Where did you say? Okay, to the something authority. Alright, that's all just basic questions, you know what.
Looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
I'll discuss stuff with you later if I feel like my character doesn't think he owns that ship, he's just borrowing it for a second. Like, stealing it immediately under the under the nose of the UC at this moment doesn't seem like the wisest move. Welcome to New Atlantis, capital of the United Colonies 2161. Functionary.
As soon as possible. For
What was,
That includes meeting your new foster parent.
My parents aren't dead. They just took a different shuttle. I'll see them when they get here.
Oh, well, of course, that's sure possible.
Helena Chambers.
We'll just...
Richard Bosch.
Helena Chambers, ID SSCOM 1327 HCHA. I was the station administrator. I'll need to report
What happened?
ASAP for a full debrief.
There was apparently a battle somewhere.
Thus far has been entirely unacceptable.
Any authority you had was forfeit the moment House Varun zealots breached the station's perimeter, and you failed to initiate the proper evacuation protocols. Thank you for your service. We'll find you a new position commensurate with your experience. And Mr. Bosch, let me just say how honored I am to meet you.
Ricardo Bosch.
By all accounts, you're the only reason anyone made it out of there alive.
Okay.
Well, just glad I still remembered my flight basics. It had been a while. So was shooting a gun.
I read all about New Atlantis. So cool. Is it true the Nat train goes 5,000 miles an
Bobby
hour?
Cats.
Or that citizens get special discounts? Or that the whole city celebrates when it's your birthday? Mine
Probably
turned
not.
11, by the way. My parents took
Imagine if they did. God, every day would be someone's birthday. Just
No, yes,
so much
no,
cake.
And I will certainly mark June 11th on my calendar.
It sounds like a good idea, but you get sick of birthday cake after a couple of years.
Here in New Atlantis are
I wonder how much longer I can stand here waiting for them to run out of dialogue. Ms. Chambers is a
What you think? 3-star Rangers
very
had
pleasant
me out
individual,
quite a
isn't
bit
she?
a couple years back. Got ambushed by spacers near Narion. They assisted. No questions asked. Been helping somewhere.
There's a lot of dialogue there. Let's move on. That's stuff that's happening there. It'd be nice to listen to all of it, but let's not get too bogged down. We got another guard.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
Thank you, officer. Wow. That's actually... Is that a whole thing?
Bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Thank you, officer.
You see that
Again.
scientist out in front of Mast, staring at trees?
What is Mast?
Sounds upset. Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
Talk to the scientist by the tree. Apparently you just get activities. There's my mission objectives. L. Thank you for letting me know. I've got... Talk to the scientist by the tree. Hell, why not? I want to explore a little bit. That's over there. Is this a whole thing, or is it like an exterior? The viewport. So I'm going to do a little nosing about, actually, before I move on. I mean, this might be my first time in New Atlantis. That's got an interior. Not a very large interior, but it has got one. That's sweet.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if
Ooh.
I can get you anything.
I think that's stealing, that little marker there. Nissa Makano. Hi.
Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis?
I think so. No. Okay, I'm gonna go with didn't think it was that obvious.
Oh boy. I didn't mean for you to take it personally. It's just something to say to customers. Break the ice. Know what I mean?
You might want to work on it.
Listen,
All I'm
you
saying.
just relax. Make yourself comfortable. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. That work for you, new guy? Let me know if there's anything I can get you.
You sell stuff, right? Can I buy a drink? Business seems to be booming for you.
Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty busy. But just between you and me, I've got something in the works that'll change everything.
A new
A
drink.
drink that'll make this place famous. Galaxy-wide.
Well, I have to give this a try.
You would love it, I guarantee. Only, I can't make you...
Oh, you want me to go and get ingredients? You want me to...
Don't have the ingredients. I made a deal with the hauler to bring me some small samples of an ingredient I think will make all the difference. But it never showed up. Turns out the guy I hired was also hired by a few other folks. The kind of folks who ship...
Now that's interesting to my
cargo.
nefarious instincts.
And the whole lot was impounded. Now
There might
that
be
the
some
city
information
wants it,
on
taking the
a
shit
smuggling
down
ring I
like
can get
they
in on.
always do. It's killing me.
Sounds like the sort of thing that could drive one to drink. Can't you just order some more of whatever you need?
Yes. What with all these extra credits cluttering up
Fair
the
enough.
place, why didn't I think of that? Sorry, snark isn't helpful. This stuff was pricey to get a hold of the first time.
Maybe you should go talk to security.
I submitted all the paperwork, believe me. It won't amount to anything, but I did it. And really, I'm not even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I think it is. I need to get my hands on that cargo.
Why does that have an ominous tone to it? Do you want to hire me for this? I don't know if I really want to be doing this kind of legwork, but, you know, I'm new here, beggars can't be choosers, and there might even be some interesting people somewhere involved in all this, so, you know, why does that have an ominous tone to it?
I mean, doing something about this won't exactly be on the straight and narrow, will it?
Well, in that case, I might just be your man. Yeah, it sure sounds like you need a helping hand.
I really do. It's gonna keep me awake nights if I don't try. Before we say anything else, I am in no way asking you to do anything that might violate any of the many, many laws in place here in New Atlantis or the larger United Colonies.
I understand. Got it.
This is just one friend talking to another friend, asking if maybe that friend could possibly find a way to get her important cargo out of the impound. And if, hypothetically, that were done in a less than 100% legal way, well, that might not be the worst thing in the world. You, with me on this?
Yep, I think we understand each other. I mean, who do I need to kill? Alright, I'll do whatever I can. I mean, I can't really turn down the first quest I come across, can I?
God, you have no idea what a relief this is. I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to go in guns blazing and taking hostages or something. I just figure there has to be a way to get...
I think there's a subtler way to get what you need. Do you have any information to go off?
I know a few things, but not much. The cargo is being held down at the spaceport, not in the security office. Still, they use the same access cards. If you had one, it'd work. How or why you would have a UC security access card is none of my business, of course. I'm sure I'm better off not knowing.
Probably.
Beyond that, the ship decks over there might also be able to get in. I don't know any of them, or I'd be talking to them instead of you. No offense.
Alright. None taken. Well, there goes my idea. No, I'm not a particularly, like, take hostages kind of guy. I'm thinking probably talk those techs into it, or nick a card. Seems like the subtler approach is better. What have you tried already?
Like I said, I submitted the usual security release forms. But because my cargo is...
It does seem like there's some smuggling operations that I could get in on. Somewhere in this, you know, there's something here for me.
I don't expect the forms to matter. At all. I went and talked to an officer at the office, too. Yumi. Sergeant, maybe? He was polite, but unhelpful. I declined to suggest that as our new slogan. New Atlantis security. Polite, but unhelpful. Truth in advertising. Eh?
I'd trust them. Alright, I'll figure something out.
I'm not worried. I'm annoyed.
Okay.
Are you saying I should be worried? No, of course not. It'll be fine. Totally fine. I trust you.
Alright. Now I need a drink.
You're in the right place.
What have you got? You've got... Okay, various flavors of wine. There's probably a coffee. Medium roast. Italian style. What is that? I should have a new arrival. A classic highball made with whiskey and soda, garnished with lemon, natural ingredients, used when available. Plus 6 carry capacity for 5 minutes, plus 12 persuasion chance for 5 minutes, minus 20 O2 recovery for 5 minutes. I like that for an alcohol, plus 12 persuasion chance if you've had a little bit of drink and you're feeling a little more outgoing. Alright. I just want one. I've got 1,229 credits, by the way. Thank you. That's a drink. That's what I'm here for. Alright.
Catch you later.
You too. Let's drink that here, because I'm role-playing. There we go. And then that activates the thing for 5 minutes. Oh. I'm alright. I'm a little buzzed. The Hunter. Yep, that's the correct name for what you look like.
Not used to people coming up to me. The suit usually scares them off. Although I guess that's my fault, isn't it?
Are you okay? You okay with me coming up to you? Are you concerned that I am, or annoyed that I am? It's an impressive suit, if a little intimidating.
Yeah, well, I go all over. A little psychological warfare up front tends to make things easier.
So I'm guessing you're a mercenary then, or military?
Retired, actually. From too many lives to count. But I've been all those things, yeah? And a few more.
Indeed.
I spend a lot of time in the fringes these days. God help you if you come across something someone wants.
What does that mean?
You'd think it was things like civilizations and factions that cause people to want to shoot each other. No, even without that, it's still winner take all.
Is the voice modulator entirely necessary, sir? But I guess you're going for a theme. There's a whole philosophy behind that sentence, isn't there? As long as I'm the winner, that sounds fine by me. I think that's what I'd say.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah. 2 peas in a pod, you and me, Hunter.
I think I'm in danger of having a real conversation with someone for a change. Better stop here.
I think this sounds like a crew member.
I'm sure we'll see each other again.
I like this guy. Alright. Mr. Hunter. But everyone's got a freaking name. That's impressive.
Yes? What?
No, this guy hasn't. Your fusion systems. That's just a few people with a name. Alright, let's not talk to everyone. But there are people with names, like Makia Boros. Sorry. Marika Boros. And then there's fusion system specialist. Nothing. Let's go check on this guy that's apparently outside the mast. Citizen, alright, so people are citizens. This is impressive looking. I mean, it looks futuristic and built up, and I love looking up and seeing the friggin' towering skyscrapers. Oh, that's a rail network.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District.
Okay. But could I walk there? That's the fast travel menu. What if I wanted to just, you know, experience it? Like, this way looks like the right way.
Barrett enjoys this establishment. He frequently buys chocolate here. Though
Which
I
one?
have informed him repeatedly, it is likely a significant contributing factor to his being overweight.
Alright. Sounds like my kind of place. You guys sell chocolate. Mercantile. Sell some... Ooh, there's some nice clothes. By the way, am I wearing a suit? Yeah. How do I switch to... How do I switch to that? If I take off the deep space mining suit... and the helmet... Yeah, now I'm just in my sort of mining gear. You probably sell clothes and apparently also chocolate here. Food. Drinks. But you also have clothes, so you're a fashion thing. By the way, let's go to third person for this bit.
Sure hope your day's going as well as mine is.
Can't really see my character's face easily. There we go. I just want to have a look at him. I forgot that you can go to third person. I always have a tendency to forget that. See, it goes to a run or a walk that's a little too slow. I could do with a slightly faster walk. What's this? Choose floor. The well, the waterfall promenade, or the spaceport? Waterfall promenade. I'm just exploring at the moment. So I was above there. That's the spaceport. We've come down a floor. But we still... No, we've actually come up a floor. Okay. This is a whole thing, though. It's probably divided up into sections. But, you know, it is fairly impressive. I'll go back to first person. I think I'll primarily stick to first person. It's just mostly the way he sort of either barely moves about or sprints at a slightly ridiculous rate. I don't know whether I'll be able to get used to it. Vending machine. And that's alright. There's no one over here. It's completely empty. Just, you know, that'd be a nice view. I mean, look at that. I feel like you can have a picnic here. This is where I'd have lunch. It's got a great view. It's fairly quiet. Be a great place to just sort of relax and... I don't know. Have a square apple. Alright, we better get down, I think. Back to the spaceport. Oh, someone just popped out of the sky. Hello. Nicely done. We'll ignore that. Little bug. Shh. Go back to the spaceport. Let's take the train into town. Oh, excuse me. What the hell's wrong with you? There's an etiquette about lift. You wait till they disembark before you start barging your way into the elevator.
I have attempted an analysis several times. I simply cannot quantify humans' addiction to caffeine.
Really? It's pretty simple. Tiredness, not good. Not tiredness, good. Even if it's brief and makes you feel a little bit worse afterwards. Alright. Let's head to the Mars District. Yeah, so I get the feeling the city's broken up into sort of major sections, districts. And you can only travel through them via the transit station. That's alright. Oh, wow. The architecture's nice. Fan of that. Style among the stars. Trident. Luxury lines. A universe of leisure.
Wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
I'm not sure about that. But it does look great. Various flags. I don't know what they represent. I think those, oh, sorry. Wasn't looking where I was going. Ambassador Radcliffe's head. Freestyle Collective and something. Diplomat.
President Abeyo wants to foster relations, not fracture them. Keep up.
Alright, so we got a new president. Or the UC has got a new president. We're not really the UC. We're just in it at the moment. I don't know what I am yet, in terms of allegiance. We're from Neon.
Mark my words. Someday, I'll be running the Office of Interstellar Affairs.
Yeah, someday you keep up those dreams. Avery Tell. I can talk to you.
Working at the Office of Interstellar Affairs is honestly my dream job.
You seem fun. Do you work around here?
Yeah, I work at MAST, in the Office of Interstellar Affairs. I'm a sort of liaison between the UC and the Freestar Collective. I help solve communication problems, show visiting diplomats the city, things like that. Probably doesn't sound all that exciting to you, but I love it. I've been interested in a diplomatic career since I was a kid.
Sounds great. Alright.
Captain, Constellation will be waiting for you at the lodge.
Okay. I know. I'm delaying. I want to talk to people. I will do a more thorough sweep of the town in places, but I want to try to access things organically. Kelton Frush, you're the guy that the security guard mentioned. What's up? What's wrong with you? You are lab access.
Sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
This tree? You seem to be staring at a tree.
I am not staring. I am analyzing. This is important xenobiological work.
Okay,
I work for the
apologies.
scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs.
That might be termite
Are
damage.
you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance?
No.
Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist
Science
me,
work
I would
isn't really my thing.
I don't normally solicit help from random passersby.
But you're in a video
It
game, so you
seems
kind of
an
have to.
exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me?
Ooh, is this, I might be interested if there's something in it for me.
A mercenary, huh? Well, I'm sure we can work something out. So, are you on board?
Sure, if you're gonna pay me, I'm on board. I'd love to help.
Well, that's... Thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Really? Really? You're gonna... Okay. Locate the biosensors. Okay, this is an explore the city mission. I'm okay with that as a concept. Fine. Explore around, have a look. You know, I suppose this is one way to introduce your character to the city. It just takes a random job picking random crap up. That's elsewhere. Now, where are they then? It doesn't tell me exactly where they are. I really need more fancy clothes for this place. I should probably... They're all around New Atlantis. I might have to do this, like... as I go on. I don't think I can run around and do it now. I want to get to the mast, I think. Or to Constellation. I'm sure I'll get time to do other random side quests. I would like to select this one. Why can't I? No. I'm trying to select my active mission. It's L. Sorry, I'm just... I'm alright. Give me a second. L. There we go. How do I... There we go. Got it. Figured it out. You gotta click on the inside of the thing. Alright. This seems like I should do this first. And I'll get this guy's sensors later. Oh. So I thought you were wearing a bike horn. You looked a bit piratey. I don't think this is the way. It's kind of blocked off. I want to hit this staircase. I'll, as I say, I want to clear out the whole thing with Constellation. Get that ball rolling. And once everything sort of opens up a little bit...
We may be in a United Colonies city,
I can
but Constellation
get
is
into
an
the weeds
entirely
around here.
neutral entity, and always has been.
Oh, if you say so. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're supposed to be neutral, but, you know, they've probably got certain, affiliations.
Here we are, the lodge.
No
The
one's
front
ever
door
perfectly
should
neutral.
unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you.
Oh,
I
okay.
have
So it was a
messaged
key.
The other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
What I was thinking is that you might want to work on the gardening here. It's a little overgrown. That's gonna get inside that concrete and just ruin it over time. You really should think about that. I mean, it gets a kind of natural look, but it's, you know, your building falling apart. I have the watch of entrance. Open sesame. Thank you. Okay, I like it in here.
Everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Okay. Sorry, this model of the Apollo CSM here. And the lunar module. It's so nice. Okay, that is the... Alright, let's go straight into the library. Hello all.
Play nice. Just a little friendly conversation, Sarah.
We appear to have a visitor.
Yep.
Welcome
Sup?
to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
Don't we just, Sarah?
Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
I murdered him and took his stuff. No, Pirates attacked. Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
I see. Bosco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you.
They have security systems in case I decide to go elsewhere.
In front of us, shall we?
I've been relatively obliging so far.
Extracted. Did anyone see
But,
anything? Hear anything?
Part of me just wants to go along with everything for now until I figure out what is going on and then decide to deviate. How many times has this happened? Who else has these visions?
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
It was bright lights and music.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's
Oh,
description of the
Barrett!
experience.
I thought it was you, was the other person. Because there's only two of us.
Hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Patrick, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
Gentlemen, can we please focus?
Yeah. I think you want me to place it down with the other two pieces, so there would be three people, presumably, that have experienced it.
We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
A thing will happen.
If you could place it on the table here.
Okay. I feel like I'm being dropped in the deep end, guys. You could try to be a bit more... I mean, I could have asked more questions, I suppose, but, like, the onus is kind of on them to tell me what's going on, but apparently they don't feel like it.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only two of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together.
Yeah.
Energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves that...
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the
It's
only
very
one.
impressive.
If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
So there's a lot more to it then.
Intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Patrick?
You're on, Walter.
Well,
2,000
if we
credits.
had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend?
Yes, that's... Thank you, Stroud. First one who's
So, are you ready to get to work?
acted like I'm actually in the
See if
room.
Exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
I maybe need some time to clear my head. How much do you know about the artifacts? What are they? What? Yeah, how much do you know about the artifacts? If there's more out there, and they might be worth something, that might be where my character goes first. But I think what I'm going to say is, this is all too much, I need some time to clear my head.
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space.
As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
So you want me in Constellation? What does that mean? What do you expect of me?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
That's very vague. That's extremely vague. This is a little much. I need some time to clear my head.
Fair enough, but you need a place to stay in the city, right? Why don't you settle in here? We owe you that much.
Alright, I'll take free accommodation.
And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
I like these people. There's one way to get to guarantee my cooperation. Reward me with jetpacks. That'll do it. Alright. You've got my interest for now. Talk to Noel about my accommodations. Which one was Noel? I think it's this guy. The guy with the cap. You, Stroud, you're the only one... the only one who acknowledged that I was even standing in the room.
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right.
Alright. What's up?
Doing okay? I'm not
No,
sure
nobody's
anyone
asked
really
yet.
Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Thanks, friend. Yeah, no, nobody's asked me how I'm doing. You guys do seem pretty, I don't want to say aloof. What do you make of the vision I saw?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish.
And you're not the guy I wanted to talk to.
It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was
And you and
trying to
Stroud
tell you
disagree on
something?
what it is.
I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but you know, if the label fits.
Does the label fit, though? That's you know, careful of the assumptions is all. If it meant something, I didn't understand it.
Okay, that's all right. Maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe it'll make sense later.
Maybe,
We're gonna
maybe,
get to
maybe.
the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Okay, fair enough. They all come out of caves?
The second one was on Kazal, buried the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Who found that one? Someone else, presumably. And that would be the third person. So you've got Barrett, me, and whoever found the first one that was collecting dust for whoever knows how long. What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation.
That sounds about right.
So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Interesting.
Take care of yourself.
You would be Walter. You're the money, I understand.
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than paid for itself at this point.
I think a talk with some of the Constellation members would be worthwhile here.
Hey.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
No, that's fair enough. I was breaking rocks.
Oh,
I've been called worse.
Still doesn't excuse it. My
Okay.
frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures.
Ooh, what's that ship
Not
behind
fair
you?
of me to
Damn, I
take
want
it
to look
out
at
on
that.
You, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time.
this time.
So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man.
At least you're getting involved in the stuff here by being here yourself and not, like, talking through lawyers, which is what I would imagine. I hope the drinks are at least free.
Yes, well, a stocked bar is a treat I think Constellation can afford. For now. But if you clean us out, you're on your own.
I haven't decided if I'll be able to clean you out.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing.
Very well stocked. You're doing, I take it.
Industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is.
Which would be part of the
I'm a
crafting
fan of self-reliance,
systems.
So I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Okay, I can respect that. Craft or modify an item. I think I'm a bit away from that. I don't think I have any crafting options. Actually, I don't know. Is it where I'd expect to find a CEO?
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits.
So you're actually hands-on with all this. You're not
For
just the
years,
money.
I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
Alright. But I think I know vaguely what your role is, but you're actually, like, barring the financier, what is your role in Constellation?
Why, I'm the wallet.
You're more than that, aren't you?
Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need.
You don't need to be here physically for that.
Now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
You've only got one ship and one robot, I mean... Alright. Do you think the vision I had means anything?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
Oh sure, I see lights in my head and music all the time. It's non-stop party in my head. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Or should I be sarcastic? I don't know if I'm being too dry. I haven't hit my head recently, if that's what you're asking.
Not exactly, no. But I suppose it doesn't matter. You saw something. Barrett saw something. That's an unlikely coincidence. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there.
Yeah, who is Noel?
We can all agree there's something unusual going on here.
I've got to find out about my room. From them.
Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
Well, I'm glad one of us is. Excited, that is. What kind of company is yours?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund.
Well, Mr. Hammond.
Our success
Obviously.
See Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than.
I wasn't gonna let that last. That lie.
Covered them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
Ah, well, you can't have everything.
Bye.
More influence of the government would be good for you. Who's Noel? Or Noel?
Stolen any sacred
We've
You.
always considered ourselves explorers. But this really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
Apparently so. You know about my room.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
You all seem relatively pleasant.
Well, best of luck.
You seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh gosh, no. I mean that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah, but that means you'll need a step 2, which, like right now we know we've got 3. What's next? You need to find a 4th one, presumably. About these other types of exploration works. I was wondering about these other types of exploration works besides the artifacts.
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Okay, so check out the Constellation mission board if I want to do some exploration stuff. What do you think the vision was?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations.
Okay, what about non-rationally?
What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Doesn't strictly speaking make it a hallucination.
How may I assist you?
Oh, no, I don't need anything. Just, checking in.
Barrett saw something too.
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
Well then, keep up the good work.
Whatever I saw or heard, it wasn't coming from me.
Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations.
So you
I'm
think...
not saying you didn't really see anything. Just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Apparently so. How long have you been working on all this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever. More than 50 years now. But we
That's
only
not
became
forever.
aware of the artifacts recently.
50 years is not a very long time at all.
About 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
He'll be back at some point, I think. Or will he? Is that the last we've seen of him? Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good.
Well, I got nowhere else here.
I think we can find
Not
a
for
spot.
free, in any case.
And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour.
By all means, lead away. I've already been over here, but,
Walter, I hope I'm not overstepping here, but you sure spend a lot of time on Constellation business. Doesn't Ethan miss you?
I thought I was getting a thing. You've done a conversation now.
I am away from home quite a bit. Apparently, I become rather cranky when I'm not able to participate in Constellation's little adventures. My darling Issa has concluded that it is in both of our best interests if I can spend my time working from the lodge as often as possible.
Okay then. I guess if you're both okay with it.
Okay.
Lately, I find myself spending more...
Aren't I following you, or am I not doing that? Your neighborhood. This is completed now, is it? Is it? Why is it going on? It's not scrolling up. Okay. Is that a completed mission? I thought I was supposed to follow you, and you would give me a tour.
Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting.
Did that get kind of messed up? Hang on.
I hope Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time. Stay safe, okay?
Okay, so when you said very abbreviated tour, you meant it. Where's my place, then? I guess I can check out the Constellation's mission board, then. 26 meters that way.
I am at your service, Captain.
Thank you. Unlocked with the lodge key. Oh, and it goes all concrete and, brutalist. That's the word I'm looking for. Goes all brutalist architecture away from the traditional wood-paneled, old-timey house. So here's the mission board. Locate Desir's biosphere. Reward is 13,000 in Eridni. Dromas. Altair. Indum. Lots of stuff. Well, I'll deal with that in time. I'd like to find my room, but apparently I don't get that part of the tour. I think I can guess which one of these might be mine, because they seem to have their rooms set up down here. At least some of them do. There's no actual map of the location here. Okay, hold to get out of it. The well. Oh, I just left. Well, that's a thing. I don't want to be in here. This might be dangerous. It doesn't look nice. Looks like a garbage dump. I'm probably going to go hunt around for my room. I figured it wouldn't be down here, but somebody lives down here in this place, and this is not my room, because they've already set up posters. So this is going to be like pharmaceutical labs, places I can do some research and crafting, industrial workbench. All this is set up for me, or for someone, for everyone, for the Constellation. I suppose the quarters would be upstairs. Oh, I've just left again. It's alright. I'm on the roof now. Mind you, that is very nice. You know what, this'll do for now. Maybe I just need a breath of fresh air and a pleasant view. This place is exceptionally pretty. With a nice view of the city as well. City and nature, what more could you want? Reliant Medical, that too. We finally met Constellation. I got a third person. There we go. So, I think we can now move on to actually getting into this city and seeing what it has to offer. And when I'm ready, I'll come back to Constellation and continue on with their plot, but, well, I've got some other things I want to do first.